Hello everyone, so it is StoreFront time. In this video I will show you how you can create a PowerShell script to create a new storefront, so from zero deployment and then create the stores. If you followed my other videos, then you probably have seen this video where I tried to do an unintended install of a storefront, and normally I was using an import storefront configuration, but because I switched versions, I exported the configuration from an older version of a storefront, and then I tried to install it, to import it in a newer version, and this is why I got this error, and because of that I dropped the export and import stuff, and I just created a PowerShell script to create a new store from zero. So that I can implement it in an unattended install. The source of all the commands is of course the SDK, the Citrix SDK. It's very important that you select your current versions. So if you try to do this for 2402 LTSR, then select 2402 LTSR, or if you want to do it for the latest version or any version, select your version, because there are differences in the commands. Most of them are the same, but not all. And if you do not select your exact version, it will be a little bit of a nightmare, because you will not understand why you are executing the command and it doesn't work. Okay, so this is the source of the commands. They are completely they are explained. You have examples, and yeah, I used this exact articles to build my script. Let's go back. So yeah, I have a new installs. So nothing is configured. As you can see, I also have the create a deployment option, so it is a blank installation of the storefront. Let me close the console and let me go to the PowerShell script. I also have a logging feature enabled. Yeah, let me delete those, because we will create new ones. Okay, so let's start the script, and then I will explain during the script execution or afterwards, because it will be pretty fast. So let's Tesla custom, this one, start. First thing that the script checks if you have a deployment, and of course we do not have a deployment, and this is what it is now, what the script is now actually doing. It's creating a new deployment, and after that it will create the stores. I will just wait for a couple of seconds, because it will go very fast through the rest, and I will not have time to explain. Okay, so now we can start. Okay, so the first one is the deployment. I have here in my other screen, how is it called here, I have the commands. So these commands I used. So to create a deployment, add StoreFront deployment. That's the command. The next step is creating an authentication service. This is the command for it. The next one is enable explicit forms. What explicit forms means, it's basically authentication method will be username and password. Let me just show you also visually what that means. So as you can see, we already have a new deployment and we have our store. So here on step, what step is this? Step 2, explicit forms. This is actually, if I go here, manage authentication methods, it's this check, so username and password. I don't know why Citrix named it like that, but that is how it is. Okay. Next, enabling, okay, that was done. 3, this is the actual store creation. So it's a number 3, add store, it creates the store. This is the output of that command. Then I'm retrieving the store service because I need it in the next step. So if you create a StoreFront like this with PowerShell, when you create the store, it will not create the Citrix receivers stuff. Let me show you in NetPub. So it will only create those 2 folders. You will not have the Citrix receiver for web. It will work, it will not give you any errors, but it does not create this the third folder, which you use to connect to the store. So keep that in mind. This is why we execute the other commands. So at 5 we are creating that the Citrix receiver. Oh, come on. 5. Okay, and this is the normal output. Then we go a little bit. So at this point we have our store created, the Citrix receiver part is created, and now we are customizing a little bit the store, because I configured here at step 6. I'm configuring this. Let me show you. So manage authentication methods. I'm configured the allowed, not allowed, the trusted domains. So by default, it will be like this if you don't configure anything. But I also wanted to configure this so that my configuration is as complex as it can be. And I added, this is my domain, and another 2 examples which are useful, which can be used in production when you have multi-domain users. So if users come from different domains. Okay. So okay, let's go next. Where are we at? At step 6. That's the command. At step 7, this one, I disabled the auto launch of the desktop when the user logs in. So you can find that under client. And so this one, by default, if you install it via the GUI or via the PowerShell, this will be checked here, and I absolutely hate this option, because when I log in, what this means, when you log into a store and you have no more than 1 desktop, so if you only have 1 desktop, it will automatically launch the ICA, and you will get the ICA and it will start the desktop, and I do not want that. I hate it. And this is configuration, so that is the command to remove that. Of course, this is the I'm showing you the basic command, and the rest you will get from here. So yeah, I'm giving you only the starter, but if you read the article, and this is better if you want to learn, you will find the rest of the options that you need to implement in your script. Okay, So that is done, auto launch. And now at step 8, this is a configuration for the storefront. So this will not apply on single stores. So the gateway is you configure it once and you do not need to configure it on each store, because it will be the same for the entire storefront. So yeah, I also configured manage the gateways. So I created a new gateway, gave it a name, gave it a link. It doesn't exist, I don't have it, but you can still configure that. I also added my both DDCs as STAs, and I configured the logon type domain, and I also wrote the callback URL. So everything that I've done here can be done through PowerShell. I mean, everything in Citrix can be done through PowerShell, but yeah, you need a little bit of time to figure them out. Okay, let's see. So step 8, yeah, this is the starter. This will get you where you want to go. And the last one is, of course, configure the beacons, internal beacons and external beacons. I only set the internal beacon. That's because if you do that, it will add. So I only add one of the DDCs as an internal beacon, and it automatically fills the two external beacons. So when you do this manually or via PowerShell, you absolutely need to add 2 external beacons. I believe there is also an information here. Yeah. Or when you do it manually, it will show you that you need to add at least 2 external beacons. And those 2 are added automatically if you only add the internal beacon. Okay. And I believe we are done. Yeah, that's the last step. And the other stuff is just to check my work. Okay, we also have the web link. I mean, don't take it. I don't want to take it from there. Let's take it from here. Copy URL. Let's test it. Okay. As you can see, we have that list with the domains, our user logon, and we have one desktop. If I left that auto launch, it will automatically start my desktop, but I absolutely hate that. And yeah. Okay, so it works. Now let's create one more store. Where is it? Here. Let's create one more store. Open, because I already have, so default, this one. Open. Yeah, this is the login part. Not interesting. Let's create. Of course, all my PowerShell scripts check first if there is a deployment, because if you do an unattended install and you never know what you want to do. You want to only create a store, or you also need to create a deployment. If you just create a block in your script to check if a deployment exists, then it's much easier for you to use the script in several ways. If you want to only deploy a store, or if you want to also create new deployment. Okay, so another store has been created. This one, but this one I left it to be more simpler. I didn't configure any trusted domains, so it remained on any domains. And what else? Yeah, I left everything by default. Did I change yeah, I changed that. So yeah, those are only a few things that I've done. But nevertheless, I believe this will help you. My video will help you to create your own script. yeah, so I didn't show you this, but I also added the controllers. So everything is configured. I believe this way it's much safer when you go to production. If you have test environment, you test your script, you build your script, and if it works in the test environment, it will 100% work also in production. If you have, of course, if you deploy the same versions, because as I told you, there are some differences in the commands. So 2402 has some differences, and it will not work. The commands from 2402 will not work. Not all of them, so I believe 80% are the same, but some of them are different, and yeah, you need to build the script based on your version. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this type of video. I believe I will also copy those commands in the description of the video. Where is it? So here. So you can build your own if you want to. Have a great day.